Hi, my name's Mona. I am the owner of the Prickly Pear. It is a succulent and cactus nursery. I am here today on site for a landscape project, and these are my favorite types of projects. We're on a corner of a neighborhood here, so we're gonna hear a lot of cars zooming by. So this woman hired me to redesign her side yard, which is facing one of the streets, and she loves to sit on her balcony and just like enjoy her view, but she didn't have much of a view before. And that's when she called her local cactus queen to come in and spice it up and make it look like a beautiful desert oasis. These are my favorite type of projects, you know, because I get to create what I see in the visions in my head when I look at a bare canvas, a soil canvas for me, and I get to design everything. And so these are super fun. I do them like once a month and they keep growing, and it's super fun to grow with it. And I've got AJ here, who's awesome. He's here to help me with the heavy lifting. I consider myself a strong chick, but there is some weight that I just can't handle, and carrying around cacti is really difficult, and it's really nice to have a second pair of hands to help out. So let's go ahead and get started. Come on. Oh, all right. This is a physical, we're doing a workout and moving plants. We got it. I think he's fine. I'm not fine. But it's so beautiful. How I like to design, I like to look at the blank soil canvas. Often people will ask me for like a layout plan of like what I'm going to design, but unfortunately my visions come to me in the moment, which makes it even more beautiful and authentic. So I'm going to visualize how I'm going to plant these, and then we're going to start digging some holes. Let's go dig some holes. It's pretty badass, right? Tools. Skills. Oh, that kind of hurt. Okay, so I really love to gift every landscape project a cutting from the Prickly Pear garden. So I have got this cactus here that I'm going to plant in the ground. Okay, back to the regular scheduled program. This is a cactus from the garden that we've cut off a piece, and it's very easy to propagate cactuses. You literally just cut off the arm from where it is attached to the mother. And it is not harmful for the mother plant. It is actually normal and encourages growth for them. So I cut this piece off, and I also cut off a bigger piece. This is another cutting that we got from the garden, from the same plant. And you know, when you have a cutting, there's obviously no roots that have grown yet. And so it's really important to not overwater pieces like this. When you have a cutting, you want to give it water like once every 2-3 weeks, and barely any, because cactuses absorb water through the root system. And so if there are no roots to absorb the water, that means it's just sitting in wet soil and there's nowhere for that moisture to be absorbed. So it's really important to keep that area mostly dry and give it a little shot of water every so often. So that's it. So succulents and cactuses need succulent and cactus soil, and that really just means they like a lot of sediment and stuff in the soil rather than just pure clay with nothing in it. So they want rocks, maybe broken pieces of brick, just all sorts of things to create airflow between the soil rather than it being super compact. So we dig out the hole. Well, I didn't dig out the hole, AJ dug out the hole. And then I'm gonna place some fresh succulent and cactus soil down, and then we're going to plant the cactus into that fresh soil that I placed. And so it won't be planted immediately in the clay that's existing here. It will be mixed in with the succulent and cactus soil, which will allow its roots to be happy and get rooted in its new environment. And then once it starts to outgrow the succulent and cactus soil, it will go naturally into the clay, but it won't be unhealthy for the plant. It will already acclimate. So it's a pretty cool process. Plants. And pour this in. Our soil is top notch. It's really awesome soil. But you can see, can I show you the difference? So see the difference between this soil? This is clay, this is succulent and cactus soil. You can see how this is just so soft and it compacts really easily. This has tons of rocks and pumice and just broken down sediment in it to create airflow and water channels. Okay. Say it a million times and I'll say it again. Mama Earth is the best creator, the most beautiful creator. But it's true! I'm not gonna actually touch my face on it, but I want to. I love you. Okay. What's up? We are at the final end of this day. This is going to be a two-part project. So we have designed, well, I have the vision in my head. We are digging the holes, we are planting the cactuses and succulents, and we're going to come back on the second day and fine-tune everything. And then I'm going to bring some extra succulents and cactuses that are a bit smaller and just make it look extra pretty. So stay tuned. And we'll bring you something. I don't know what to say. What up, friends? We are here on day 2 of the landscape project, and I'm super excited because this is my favorite part of designs like this, where I get to bring in the final plants and really do a detailed job and design work on the property. So come and join me. Let's go take a look at the property and see if our plants are in good standing. Oh, look at these beauties. I've got my main staples in, those eye catchers that are the statement pieces, these large cacti. And now I've got to decide where all the smaller ones are going to go to really create the final look. So I feel like I've got a good idea of what I want to do. I'm super excited for the final look. All right, guys, let's get started. A lot of people ask me about the root system of succulents and cactuses, and often these plants are top heavy and strong, and their root system is really weak. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but it does make them susceptible to toppling over, so you really have to secure the stem of the plant in the soil really well for it to stay upright. If you can see here, this is actually a succulent, and the roots on this are so tiny. It's still very healthy and strong, but they're so small. So what I will do is dig a hole and probably cover it about to here in soil to stabilize it so that it can grow longer roots into the ground. Okay, so we are back on the final day of this landscape project. I'm super excited about the final look. The owner is really happy, the neighbors are really happy. They keep walking by and giving compliments to the garden, which makes me feel really good. And I'm just super excited to add a little bit more beauty to this corner in this neighborhood. So why don't we go take a look at the plants? So The final step is teaching the owner how to water these plants. It's really, really important that you don't overwater succulents and cactuses. They are so sustainable and save so much water in their bodies. They really don't need much, especially during the winter time. So in the winter, you want to make sure that you water like maybe once a month, and that's if you've had no rain. Most places in the wintertime, there's going to be some snow, there's going to be some rain, there's going to be moisture, so you don't really need to do much. But if there isn't, then you're going to go through and you're going to water these plants really carefully around their root system and feed them some water once a month. And in the summertime, it gets a little bit warmer. You want to reduce that down to once a week. So we've learned that succulents and cactuses, they only need water once a week in the summer and once a month in the winter. It's pretty easy. They're incredibly sustainable. I love doing these types of projects. I'm so happy that you guys came along this journey with me and got to see this project complete. So if you guys want to see more of these landscape jobs and these cool projects that we do at the Prickly Pear, you know what to do. You can subscribe here and keep up with us, and it'll be a really good time. Come and hang out with some plants.